And now, stand and cheer for your Super League Basketball Weekly.
Hello, welcome to another edition of Talking Basketball Podcast, Super Basketball Weekly. I am
Paul. Hello.
Paul, that's a bit of a mouthful to start off with, isn't it?
That was my first attempt.
That is a mouthful and a half, isn't it?
A little bit, maybe.
Super League Basketball Weekly.
Super League Basketball Weekly.
Yeah.
SLB Weekly.
Drop us a comment or a like or an email or whatever just to let us know on the old socials because we might, update it, change it, who knows. But yeah, let's just get right into it. We're not doing the BBL Weekly anymore because it's changed.
Super League Basketball, that's the first news, Mark, that we got.
Yeah.
Hey, and before we go any further, I'm not going to say anything for at least 10 minutes until it comes up, but we do have a special secret guest in the studio with us now with the headphones on.
Causing mischief.
He's a punk, isn't he?
Absolute mischief.
All will be revealed after the Super League Basketball Weekly News, Mark. So SLB, that's what it is.
Yeah, that is what it's. So what's weird is...
Came out of nowhere, didn't it?
Let's go back. Yeah, well, let's go back to in July when they put in the league was closing, effectively, and then reopening as something else. We're going to sidestep how everything's being communicated because I think a lot of people had issue with that. But the bottom line is they've made an announcement and the new company that was issued the license was called Premier Basketball League or Premier Basketball Limited. So that's what everyone assumed we were going to have a premiership, just like the football.
Yeah, Premier League Basketball. We said that last time, didn't we?
Yeah, we just thought that's
or
it.
NBL,
it makes sense.
Or a version of that.
So now they've just literally, the day after we put out our last show, because they like to do that to us, literally the day after, it came out with his Super League Basketball. What do you think?
I like it. It sounds okay. It sounds all right.
I mean, the first thing I did was I went, okay, you go onto Google. First thing you do, like anything in life, even our guest, you ask them something, they go straight onto Google, they have a check or something.
Yeah.
And you'll see leagues in America that are called Super League. You see there's a league in London called the Super League, which they do in the London boroughs. Most importantly, though, Republic of Ireland's main league in basketball is called the Super League.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me too much, though.
Well,
because you've got
all I'm looking at is
all over the world, like NBL, like loads of countries.
Yeah, but how many Premier Leagues are there? Like how many Premier Leagues of basketball?
Yeah,
I looked into it. There wasn't many, and you go.
Well, that's why we thought that'd be the one.
But the Premiership is associated with the UK all around the world, so everyone knows Premiership football, no matter what country you're in. So it just made sense. So it's really curious that they've gone this direction, but I don't know. Maybe someone's got the rights. Maybe it's got some licensing or whatever. But I don't know.
I quite like it. Super League Basketball. It's got a nice ring to it, and they got getting away from like the whole BBL. I mean, you just only need to type that on Google, and you see the Brazilian butt lifts.
Don't type it in
and all
Google.
that. I think they've been trying to get away with that, but Super League Basketball quite quickly. It's. I think the brand makes the name, is what I mean.
Yes.
So when you talk about, what's a good example? Bands.
Yep.
Like if I said to you, Mark, I've got a band name, it's the Red Hot Chili Peppers, you would have gone, okay, but
I'm coming up with Stone Cold Chili Peppers.
Well, you know what I mean? But because they write amazing songs, all of a sudden the Red Hot Chili Peppers sounds like an amazing band name, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
And I think it's the same thing with the Super League Basketball. Like that name, the league, the brand of the league will make it successful. That's what I think.
Look, they did very well with British Basketball League under the recent tenure. They sort of changed they did a whole logo design and a whole rebrand and a whole thing. So they went all through that already. And now they're doing it again. So I think that's where some people's frustrations are like, all right, we've got to get on board again. But it's just really odd that they didn't do Premier. It just made complete sense to me. But
again, like I said, I think the name will make the league.
But PBL, sounds good. The PBL.
The PBL did sound good. Well, when I first heard it, I thought, maybe the Super Basketball League, the SBL. This is the got the NBL, and then it goes to the SBL.
Yep. No, I like that.
I thought that was a good one, but
I don't know. They have to come up with a name. It's probably a cohort of X amount of teams, and the X amount of teams all got together and agreed, what should we call it? They have to make a decision. And literally,
I bet someone likes rugby.
Well,
I bet someone sat there going, "Oh, I like
100%.
rugby. Let's super. I don't know. Is it
Super League basketball.
Super League? Yeah.
So we do know who the lady in charge of communications is, and I think there are rugby connections and multi-sport connections.
That's probably where it's come from. But I think it sounds right. Also, oh man, let me just see if I took a picture of this. I found an amazing. It's on Facebook somewhere.
Oh, I'd have missed that then.
I think there's a group called 80s basketball or something like that, or old 80s, 90s basketball, and people post pictures. And someone this week posted a picture of Alan Cunningham going up for a hook shot / layup. And I couldn't help just think, there's your logo. It just looked like such a great, you take his shape, I think that would be an amazing logo.
Do you think they're going to do a person logo?
No, they're not. Like I said, they're going to a marketing company and they come up with, someone's going to put it in a special italic. It's going to say SLB and they go, yeah, cheers, 50 grand, done. That's what will happen.
We'll come and do it for free for you. We'll do the market research and everything. No problem at all. Just come and give us a call.
I mean, I think similar to the NBA, blue and red is the United Kingdom colours. So
yeah, I think that's
maybe swap the red and the blue round or something like that.
I don't know.
I think a person would be great as a logo.
So I had a really good.
Can I just say the NBA has established that is a good idea, hasn't it?
Yeah, of course it has.
With multiple sports, so it's like, why wouldn't anyone copy that?
Well, it's not just NBA, is it? You got NHL.
Yeah, so say multiple sports.
Yeah, NHL, NBA, NHPLA, or whatever it's called. You got all of those Americanized sports where there's a little logo with a person on that front. It does make sense. Almost every other Western, everything in the East and thereafter of America doesn't have that. They're often a logo, a sign.
You know what? We should do a mock-up. We'll do that. Of the logo. That I'll show you this Alan Cunningham picture in a minute, and you'll go, holy crap. You see it. We should send that to someone like Paul Blake and go, Paul,
there you go.
Just throwing this out here. This is from the podcast. You can have it.
You're welcome.
Don't spend 50 grand on someone giving you 3 letters. Here you go. Here's your logo.
Oh, yeah. No, we could do that. No problem at all.
Let's give it a try. Right. Well, there you go. We got a league name. That's a start.
We've got a league name.
First tick.
And there's other big news within the league. And that was relating to our Lions of the London variety.
Yeah. At least they're still going to still be around.
So I want to say it's Zalgiris, but I know they're basically, it's a Lithuanian-based enterprise, and there's another enterprise behind it. Most people will recognise it from, I think it's Zalgiris BC, which is based in Lithuania, and it's the stakeholder who's involved in that. And I can't think of the name. It's Techno something off the top of my head.
We might have some decent players coming over from.
Well, there's two things.
Like a development
decent
team
players, but also, as well as decent players, you've also got a whole nother fan base, haven't you? Because you'll have a fan base from Zalgiris thinking, oh, look, there's some. Why are they invested in the UK? Let's have a look. Let's see what there is. So you see some other players going out there. So again, it's more people who are from the UK going out to other European countries, which I think is quite important. The previous London Lions who won the championship, won the league, etc. Almost all of those players now. I think Luke Nelson's recently signed out that he's going to other teams. I've got the list of all the people who are going to. I can't reel off my head.
We should go through it.
We will do it on the next one. We'll just say who's going to where and who. This brings me to my last pick with the league. But a lot of those players have all gone into Europe. Almost all of the players from the Lions who were really, really good have gone to Europe, other than maybe one or two others have gone elsewhere. But there's a good appetite for people going, oh, the UK harnesses talent.
Out of curiosity, just to change subject, whilst we're talking, can you get the numbers of the podcast?
I will try.
Because of our guest, I think it's a good way to finish. I see.
I could do. I did look today, and it was 64k. We're at 492,000.
So this probably is our last guest of season 1.
Yeah, most likely.
it's a nice way, to say it's called the Super League, and then season 2 starts with the Super League basketball.
Yeah, and we're going to start it all off with that. Yeah, definitely. So my last point on that. So London Lions someone's bought into them. A lot of people have got excited saying London Lions have saved, etc. I won't say you have to take a step back, but all you have to do is look at the legal paperwork and what's been put in company's house and so forth. And I'm boring, so I do that. And what it is there's a lot of money that's been put in, but it's like 60, 70 grand or whatever it is. But the money's been put in, I'd imagine, to buy the license or the trademark or the name. They're not, I'd imagine, buying anything else. I can't imagine someone coming in and saying we're going to take on the debt of the Copper Box or all of the other players. And obviously all the players wanted to secure their contracts, so off they went. So that's kind of the end of the Lions as people see it, but it's still nice that a London team will live on, because I think that's important. It's the capital city of the UK. There's a good social element of basketball around, like Clapham Corks, etc. So it would be silly if there wasn't a London team, to be fair. Almost all the London teams historically have been nemesis of people growing up, I think it's fair to say.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I think I remember when I was growing up playing, it was the London Towers. They were the guys.
Exactly. In Kingston.
So yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. I'd love it actually if the Lithuanian injection puts a bit of Lithuania in the team. So like having a green kit. I mean, it's almost certainly going to be a green kit. If it like stuff like that, I think is actually genuinely exciting. It's like, okay, you're actually creating your identity. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, last bit really on the league, just going forward. I won't say news, but people have started announcing their full teams now. I don't know if you've seen that. Cheshire have literally almost announced their whole team. This is our roster.
Oh, Aaron Roy?
Yeah, no Aaron Roy.
Really? Where's he gone?
I want to say he was playing Summer League in Canada for a local team, but he hasn't been announced yet. Doesn't mean they won't announce him necessarily, but
so
I don't think he's been announced yet.
He's out.
Hasn't been announced yet.
Oh, wow.
But they've announced a big boom. There's a team. Now, that's what I wanted to say.
Let's go. Let's start
Cheshire
that season 2.
We'll start in season 2. But what I want to say is I just thought it was interesting because everyone's been waiting and everyone's been thinking some people are still doing the drip feeding. Oh, we've got an announcement. This person's coming back. Okay. What about this person? Yeah. What about the main person that we were interested in? No one talks about any of those. So maybe there's contract negotiations. Maybe some people have left. Blah blah blah. Look at LeQuincy. He was a great player for Cheshire. He's now signed elsewhere, hasn't he? So he's not back at Cheshire this year. That's huge for.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's just an exciting player to play. I mean, you only have to look at the BBL trophy this year, the final, to see what impact he had there in that game.
And create
MVP as well.
Exactly, but also he created that whole. There was something he created, didn't it? So
he had it looked like he had a chip on his shoulder, especially for that game, and that he went into the playoff finals. It just looked like he was like, London, I'm taking it to you, 100%. And you could see they were rattled in the BBL final. It was just a shame it didn't prolong into the playoffs, but
totally.
So
that's it. That's it, really. As much as we know,
SLB done,
and we're gonna like Paul said, we're gonna do a proper one when the league is out. When people know what who's in the league, we still don't know that. There's so many questions that are still unanswered. It's we probably know a quarter of the information, other than there will be a league. We don't know when it's going to start. We don't know who's involved. We don't know what teams there are. Some have committed, some haven't. Good news, Paul. I just double check, and Lloyd Gardner, who we had on the podcast having a chat, they have all maintained over, so they'll be playing.
Oh, we thought we'd
on
do that.
Surrey Niners.
Yeah, well, we need to get Dan Clark.
It's pretty much every single person within the organisation for Surrey. They pretty much rinsed and repeated, and so everyone's kind of there. They just officially, I think, had to close that specific name, and maybe there was a connection with the league.
Again,
I don't know.
That's why I said to you, I wasn't bothered about it because you could see that could happen.
It could, but then just for fans, it's on the flip side. I mean, it's a difficult thing to manage with PR wise.
I prefer the 89ers to the Scorchers.
So would you say 89ers or would you say the Niners? Because they're calling themselves the Surrey Niners, but their actual name is the 89ers.
Either way, it sounds cool.
What do you say? What would you say straight off the bat if I said, that's Surrey?
89ers, I would say. I'd say the
like
89ers.
Like the 49ers for American football. Think about it.
If I said, like, do you support the Niners? It's like, what, the 89ers or the 49ers or 30?
But the reason I'm saying it is because of Philadelphia. Philadelphia is the 76ers, but a lot of people call them Sixers, and even on their jersey, they call them Sixers.
Yeah.
So are they going to have Niners across their jersey? We don't know. We don't know.
Hey, it is a nice problem to have. I like it. I love the name. So
lovely.
Yeah. Actually, I almost might even say I think they might now have one of the best names in the league.
Possibly. Yeah.
I really like it. It's classic.
It is difficult to go past Newcastle, though.
Newcastle
That's a great
Eagles.
name.
Yeah.
That is a great name.
There's the Eagle jersey up there.
Yeah.
Signed.
Do like that one. That's difficult to get past. But yeah, we'll know more as it comes through, and then we'll kick off season 2 with a whole big thing, and we're looking forward to it.
Right. Well, our secret guest. I'm shocked that he hasn't been making noise, or I've had to mute him because of everything he's been banging away normally. But I'm going to introduce our guest now. He's never ever spoken in a media platform, Mark. No one has actually ever heard his voice.
Never knowingly heard his voice.
They know him, but they've never heard his voice. His voice is
like Santa Claus.
Is 100% not altered whatsoever.
No.
By our setup. Let me introduce this bloody legend right now. Hang on. Let me just do this. Yeah, now stand and cheer for your Portsmouth Force mascot, Blue.
Wow, we are going to get him to speak.
Blue.
He's looking shy.
Blue. No one's ever heard you speak
He's
before.
not used to the questions.
How are you doing, Blue?
Good.
Wow.
Silence. One word answers.
One word answers. You should see it won't say an animated character, but you should see the faces he's pulling.
Yeah.
Disgraceful.
So Blue is on the show. He wanted to be part of it because obviously we're part of the Portsmouth Force, and everything Portsmouth Force Blue's involved in. So he's been begging me for a long time to come and experience it, Mark, and now he has, causing mischief.
He is causing mischief as well. Literally, I had to say, can you stop throwing? He was throwing up free throws, by the way, some excellent free throws. He was hitting some free throws just in the corner of the studio, just waiting for his turn. It's like, we can hear you. He's like, I don't care.
Did you have any questions for Blue?
My question is, I've got to be honest, as a man who is balding and follically challenged, I want to know how much shampoo and conditioner you go through as a hairy animal. How much do you go through a week?
Tesco's has generously offered me like 5 bottles a day.
5 bottles a day?
I shower once a week.
Hey, you
What?
get 5 bottles a day, but you only do once a week.
Wow. So what, do you just put it on raw? You just put that stuff on, and is that why your fur is so glistening and clean?
Yeah.
Do you have to brush it a lot?
I use toothbrushes.
Toothbrushes? I mean, wow, okay. Where do you get these?
That must take a long time.
Yeah, that's commitment.
Again, from Tesco's. It's charity, so it's nice.
That's
charity for
look,
you, though.
Fair play, Tesco's. That's great that you're back in and you're wanting him to get involved in the community. That's fantastic.
Some great publicity for Tesco's there.
It's great publicity. It's interesting charity, for sure.
So, Blue, you love Tesco's here.
Yeah.
So they're seeing a lot of toothbrushes and shampoo. They're like, oh, yeah, we give that to the mascot, and that's what keeps him clean.
Yeah.
Do they donate anything else to you? Are there any other objects that they donate? Food? Do they help you out with snacks?
Yeah.
Like doggy treats or anything?
Yeah.
Is there a particular treat that you like to eat? Maybe some of the listeners could bring them along to the next Force game.
I would give you them, yeah.
You know the one in the can? The one that you give to cats?
The one you give to cats?
Yeah.
So you
Cat food?
You eat cat
Yeah,
food?
that.
So, hang on. Of all the things you could have asked your fans to give you, such as chocolate, Haribo, crisps, sweets, you went for cat food in a tin.
Which is interesting because you are a husky as well. So if you
No,
look
he's a fox.
a fox, or cat food? That's interesting.
I think he's realised his mistake now.
No, I think he's just given us a hint that he secretly likes eating cat food. Do you know the big problem with this, Blue? We said to the people who listen at the Force games, bring a snack down and give it to Blue. You've just asked everyone to bring a load of cans and throw them at you.
Do you want to change that answer?
I can't really. So again, Tesco's thinks I'm a cat.
Okay. Well, there we go.
I mean, yeah. This.
Well, look, let's ask Blue the ultimate question. We ask all our guests this. The 5 and Pine. Go on, Mark. Ask him.
You got 5 people and 1 on the bench. You're 5 and Pine. All-time basketball.
All time.
All time. You got to name them. Go for it.
Who's number 1?
Alex Grant.
Alex Grant.
Wow.
Big Al
Portsmouth
Grant.
Force.
Nice.
Why Alex?
He's tall.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's fair enough, isn't it?
Okay, who's next? Who's 2?
Morgan Brown.
Another Portsmouth Force player. Why Morgan?
He's also tall.
There is a theme
It's a
here.
theme. Hang on, everyone's tall for Blue.
Well, this is true.
Blue, you're like 5'3".
I don't know. Blue's way
With
taller than my
his ears.
daughter. My daughter, he's way taller.
5'3",
With his ears.
including the ears.
Is that how you measure foxes up to the ear, top of the ear? I didn't know if you did a tail to ear ratio.
I don't know. It's 2 measurements.
Oh,
Anytime people ask me for my height, I go, including the ears?
I mean, this is maybe for a different show if they're
a
talking
great
about
question.
measuring things.
Right, number 3. Who's 3rd on your list?
Harry Bates.
Harry Bates.
He had a good think about that, didn't he?
Why Harry Bates?
He's tall.
Wow.
Definitely a theme here. Who's
So-
number 4?
So far, all Portsmouth Force players.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's number 4?
Simon.
Simon Olini Perkun,
Yeah.
MVP of 2002, 2003. Portsmouth Force.
Who's he played for?
Portsmouth Force.
So we've got 4 Portsmouth Force players so far.
All time. You could pick NBA. You can pick NBA. Any league in the world. You stay in with those 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's number 5 then? Let's roll out the number 5.
Ollie Blake.
Ollie Blake, captain of the Portsmouth Force. MVP 2003, 2004.
I think we know what team he supports. I think it's fair to say.
Do you consider yourself the biggest Portsmouth Force fan?
Yes.
Does anyone get close to you?
Yes.
Well, I mean, not physically. We're talking, do you think there are any other fans out there?
That are as big as Portsmouth
big a fan as
Force
you.
fans as you.
Are you the biggest fan, number 1?
No, I'm the biggest one.
Wow.
How early do you get to games? Because I get there and you're already there, sat in the stadium. Sat in the bleachers waiting for him.
You guys leave?
I've seen him come out, the where the bits are around the side. I've seen him come out of there. Have you got like a little bed around the corner?
You know the door at the back of the thing? There's a mattress, a computer.
A
with
mattress?
Best Portsmouth Force dunks.
He just
on
sits and
repeat.
watches it
You just watch it on
for
replay.
2 weeks until the next game. What do you do for 6 months in the off season?
It's hibernation.
Do you? So you don't leave the gym at all?
Yeah. Cats hibernate, right?
Some do. I mean, having you in the studio then, this is a big deal, Paul, that we've got him in the studio.
This is like you going on holiday somewhere.
Yeah.
It effectively interrupted his hibernation.
And when I picked you up today, had you ever been in a car before?
No.
No. Wow.
That might explain why he scratched his seats.
Right. Who is on the bench?
Who's on the bench?
Who's on the bench? The last player.
It's a tricky one. I might have to go with me.
You.
Yeah.
Well, you are allowed to do that.
Excellent.
So out of all the players,
We've got to do a coach as well.
In the world,
We've got to do a coach.
you went for all Portsmouth Force players and then yourself on the bench.
Yes.
And are you going to come in and play?
I mean, I want to. But the coach is a bit...
He doesn't pick you, does he?
No. Not one of his favourites.
Would all right, let's do that then.
Well-
If you
Yeah, who's the coach?
if you had to pick your all-time favourite coach, who would it be?
Any coach.
Oh, he's having a think about this.
Oh, he's pointing at himself again.
He's having a long think about this.
Have to go with Mickey Byrne.
Mickey B.
Wow.
Mickey Byrne.
So there's nowhere
why
on there.
Mick?
He looks like Father Christmas.
That's a good answer. But
Great answer.
right, this is his 5 and Pine. He hasn't said once like Michael Jordan. You haven't even mentioned Michael Jordan.
Is he?
All right.
Mark, he doesn't leave that.
He doesn't leave.
He doesn't know.
Wow. So
Wow.
so that's his list.
Maybe we should. You would know if he played for the Force. You'd know who he is.
Hang on. If we've got him here, is he doing a shot?
Blue, do you want to do the shot for us? You listen to our podcast, so you know what we're talking about. Can you do the shot? 3 shots on that.
Yeah.
Look at his eyes light up.
Right. Let's try it.
Go on, Blue. Go and take 3 shots.
3 shots. We'll get a new line. Studio's moving around for season 2,
Look,
but
you
we'll try
can't
it.
even walk out of the thing without knocking everything down. You made me spill my drink, Blue. Well, Blue is in the studio. Last guest of 2004, season 1. First shot is going up. Oh!
Top of the backboard.
Top of the backboard. Still a brick. Oh! Bounced off the ring. Did one of those classic little circle moves. Last shot. The last shot of season 1. Oh! Oh! He did it! He touched it! Wow!
He's not messing around. He's not messing around. He's getting that final one in there.
Some might say, Blue, that was cheating, stepping over the line, jumping.
He jumped from the line.
Dunking.
He jumped from the line. That was like watching Jordan in the dunk competition. He like a couple of steps in the air.
Sorry, who's he?
Wow.
It's a guy we used to know.
If only head coach Daniel Fatimade saw that, he might be putting you in that team.
No, I mean, you got the jersey already. They could just sub you straight in.
Why number 1?
He's the #1 fan.
Obviously. There you go. Right.
Absolutely. Blue, it's been a pleasure. We'll
Absolute
let you
pleasure.
go back to sleep. We will take some cans of food for you. We'll put them out. Some water. Get yourself, you got to have some extra sleep before you start the season.
Yeah.
Season's going to start, what, 3 months, Paul?
I'm just trying to work out what month we're in now. August, September. Yeah. October. Usually starts end of October-ish, isn't it? Mid-October.
That's it.
So there we go, Blue. Any last words you want to say to anyone?
Portsmouth Force is the best team.
Well, we established your views on that, yes.
Yeah.
And if you want to know who Blue is, just go on social media and look for a big furry fox, and that's Blue.
Love it.
Right.
So ends another edition, or rather the first edition, arguably we could say, of Super League Basketball Weekly. Thank you so much for everyone listening. It's been an absolute pleasure having Blue on the show. I have been Mark.
I have been Paul.
I've been Blue.
He's here. The mascot's here.
Blue, do you play badminton?
No.
Do you like badminton?
No.
Do you hate it?
Yes. They steal the court.
Do you think anyone ever should play badminton?
No.
Is there any reason anyone
Knock
should?
off tennis. I don't even like tennis.